President. President-elect Donald Trump says ExxonMobil's chairman and CEO will be his Secretary of State. Mr. Trump announced this morning that he will nominate Rex Tillerson as the country's next top diplomat. The decision ends a very public search process. Tillerson could face a confirmation fight because of his ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The president-elect said on Twitter this morning that Tillerson is one of the truly great business leaders of the world. Mr. Trump has also decided that former Texas Governor Rick Perry will be his Secretary of Energy. Nancy Cordes is watching the transition for us. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. Tillerson has spent his entire career, more than 4 decades, at ExxonMobil. So he has vast experience doing business with foreign governments, including Russia. And that has already been met with some criticism from those inside and outside his party. At age 64, Rex Tillerson has headed the world's largest publicly traded oil company for nearly a decade. Last year, he was ranked number 25 on Forbes' list of the most powerful people. Under Tillerson's leadership, ExxonMobil struck a deal with Russia in 2011 to begin drilling for oil in the Arctic. But the project was halted 3 years later by Western sanctions after Russia invaded Crimea.
I'm going to comply with the sanctions. There's not any conversation otherwise about that.
Tillerson said earlier this year that his relationships with foreign governments, including Russia's, are strictly business.
But I'm not here to represent the United States government's interest. I'm not here to defend it, nor am I here to criticize it. That's not what I do. I'm a businessman.
But if confirmed as Secretary of State, Tillerson will be America's top diplomat, representing U.S. foreign policy interests, and will need to navigate his 15-year history with Vladimir Putin.
I have a very close relationship with him. I don't agree with everything he's doing.
Putin awarded Tillerson a Russian Order of Friendship in 2013. That same year, Tillerson spoke to Charlie Rose about how he handles international negotiations.
You have to look the head of state of that country eyeball to eyeball and say to them, I'm going to make this commitment. Now I'm counting on you to meet your commitments.
For Secretary of Energy, Mr. Trump has settled on former Texas Governor Rick Perry. The two-time presidential candidate once proposed eliminating the Energy Department, though it famously slipped his mind at a 2011 debate.
The third agency of government, yeah. I would do away with the education, the commerce, and let's see, I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
With those two positions filled, Mr. Trump is now pretty close to completing his cabinet. The president-elect hasn't held an official press conference since he was a candidate back in July. And late yesterday, he postponed his highly anticipated press conference set for this Thursday, where he was slated to explain how he's going to handle potential business conflicts. Gail, his aides, say the lawyers need a little more time to work out the details and that he'll hold that press conference early in January.
All right. Thank you very much, Nancy.